Okay, this is take 2 in my car video. I am freaking boiling right now and I decided to wear all black today on the day where it's so hot. I literally feel like I'm suffocating in here right now, but anyway, it's okay because this is going to be a short one. Hopefully it's going to be a short video. But I basically wanted to say, on my channel, I wanted to like go and create talking videos, but not just like random waffle, because I know that I can do that, but like more things that I've learned that I want to like help other people learn. Am I ready? I'm ready. Okay, wait, I'm sitting on something. Oh, I was gonna say that hurt. I was sitting on my car keys. This is a video that I think everybody, if you are in your teen years right now, you need to watch this video. Like, you need to watch it. It's important. It will change your life, and if it doesn't change the whole trajectory of your life, then you need to watch it again. But at the moment I am, oh my god, I was gonna say 19. I'm not 19, I'm 20. Oh my god. Okay, well that's exactly why. Like, that makes like this, like when you feel like you don't know your age anymore, it's super scary. Because I kind of had this conversation with my auntie the other day, and I was saying how it's so weird because of COVID, my perception of my own age is messed up. Like, I'm 20, I don't feel 20, I don't think I look 20. I mean, I think that's a good thing if I don't look 20. But it's so odd because obviously in 2019 when the lockdown stuff started, I just started college. That means I would have been around like 16. I was 16, so that October I would have turned 17. And I just feel like, again, like all of those years, I'm sorry, somebody walked by and it's made me nervous. Like, all those years being in lockdown, it has genuinely changed. I feel like I'm suffocating my perception of my own age, because like I lost all those years. Like, all those years became a blur. And when I had my birthday but family couldn't come around because we were in lockdown, it didn't feel like my birthday. Like, time was a blur. So like that whole year that went by, when it came to like my next birthday, it was weird. Like, it was so weird. And I just feel like, obviously it's sad, like I'm never going to get those teen years back, but I don't want to look at it that way. And I want to think, well, now coming out of lockdown, I want to like make the most of the time that I do have now. Because the way I think of it, I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, so this moment I have in my life right now, like being a student, not working, even though that's kind of the same thing in my head, being healthy, like, I'm so grateful that I'm healthy. I'm able to do whatever I want to do. If I want to go on a walk, I have 2 legs that allow me to do that. I can see things like that, like I don't want to take for granted anymore. And so being healthy, being independent, being stable, things like that, I don't want to take for granted. And I want to like have my early 20s to like really hold on to that. The fact that I'm not committed to anything, the fact that I'm kind of like quite free, I'm like floating. And I want to make the most of that as much as I can. And I just feel like that's such an important thing to take away, because you might think like, I don't know what I'm doing and I'm not fulfilling my 20s. But I think it's so important that you do. And like the biggest thing I can say about that is to not hold yourself back. Like, get out of your comfort zone, whether that's with a job, whether that's with opportunities, whether that's with like small little things. You have to get out of your comfort zone. And that kind of links to the whole theme of this video of me moving away. And so now I'm at the end of my 2nd year, but at the start of 1st year, like I thought I was just going to do a 3-year degree and that's it. But the more like all of these thoughts were coming to me, and I was like, I'm never going to like be this age and look like this ever again. That's when it hit me and I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to make the most of that. So I think after like a lot of reflecting, I was like, wait, like I'm never going to get that time back again. And even after I graduate, it's not going to be the same, because I'm going to be like working. So I just thought, this tiny like amount of time that I have now, I really want to hold on to, and I want to make the most of them. I want to just do as much as I can, like saying yes to things, to going out for things, obviously sensible things and stuff like that. So when the opportunity came to move abroad to study, I straight away was super interested. And I told my parents straight away, when I like told them at the beginning of 1st year, they were not having any of it. They were not interested to even hear about it. And I kind of still kept like plowing forward with my whole application. And it was actually like the deadline for the application where I then went and I asked them, and I was like, if it's something you really don't want me to do, like tell me now, so then I won't apply. Otherwise, like the deadline's coming up, like I need to apply. And that's when like they realized I was being serious. Like, it wasn't like a phase, it wasn't just like a joke thing where I was like, yeah, I want to apply. Like, I was being dead ass serious about going abroad. And I feel like obviously it's a big scary thing, and I'm not saying your jump has to be as big as going to another country, but for me, I just like when I deeped everything and I was like, I'm never gonna get to do this again, especially in the state that I'm going to in California. Like, even if I want to in the future, like, it's so expensive. I can afford it now as a student, but I might not be able to later. Like, it might not be that realistic. So that's how I thought of that. And then, okay, so this is the whole story of how I got my allocation that I got. So in December I got my allocation. I remember because basically we had to apply to like 10 different universities from a list of like so many different ones across the world. I knew I didn't want to go to Europe. I didn't want to go to like anywhere that didn't speak English, just because like it was scary as it is, and I didn't want there to be like a huge culture clash. Like, I wanted to go somewhere where English was still the first spoken language. I'm not really good at learning languages. Like, I'm not that great in my own language. I got like a 3 in my GCSEs. Do you know what I mean? So like, I wanted to make it an easier transition. Like, I would love to go to like other completely like more foreign countries as like a vacation kind of thing. So anyway, so I picked one from Australia. I was being a bit like ambitious. I picked some from Australia, Canada and US, and those were like my options to pick from. So we had to pick 10, and I went and I picked 10, and I kept changing them around because I was like, oh, I don't know. And then at the end I completely scrapped Australia because I was like, I guess I'm kind of somewhat familiar with US and Canada. Like, we have family there and I've been there before. Every time I talk, I'm just getting tired. I literally should open my window. Anyway, so I didn't end up putting any from Australia down. Also, I am scared of spiders. I know that's not valid, but I was a bit scared. So I put my whole list down, and I had like most from US and like 2 from Canada. Again, I was being like really ambitious. I put UBC as like my second choice. And then I also put York University. So then when I got my allocation in December, and I don't know if I can remember from the top of my head all of them that I put, but we had to rank them in order from like number 1 that we really want to go to number 10. So if I remember something along the lines, 1 was UCLA. Lol. I mean, I tried my luck. 2 was UBC British Columbia. 3 was what the heck was it? Florida International Uni. 4 was San Francisco State Uni. 5 was Pace University, New York. 6 was Oregon, I think, like University of Oregon. 7 was, then like there was a bunch that I did not want to go to, but it was mandatory to apply to 10, so I had to put them down because the other ones were, again, like they just didn't tick my boxes. So there was like St. Olaf College, which I think is in Minnesota. I should know, like I had to write a paragraph about why I want to go to all of them, but I forgot. And then another one's at Hobart and William Smith. So like the ones towards the bottom aren't bad at all in any way, but I just didn't want to go there because I wanted to go like to, again, like I was so specific about where I wanted to go. Like I wanted to go to someone which I knew had like a good academic background, or like looked nice to me. Like FIU looks amazing. The palm trees look, woo, like they look so good. And Pace University, New York, because who doesn't want to go to New York? I was obsessed with the idea of like being a city girl and like living in New York. How amazing would that be? Like, and the opportunities. So that's why I put that down. And then San Francisco, because obviously it's in California and it just sounds like a dream. Crap, I forgot to say like the most important one. Oh my god. So like number 8, it was number 8, I put Wyoming, and I didn't actually want to go there, but I put it there, again, mandatory. So I thought, okay, well, let's say I don't get the top 2, I was being ambitious. That's fine, I can still get FIU, which at that time I like really, really wanted to go to, San Francisco, Pace University, or Oregon, like from that mix. Like I doubt they'll give me anything like lower down the line. Come to December, I get my allocation, and I opened my email and it said, congratulations, you've been accepted into Wyoming. And it's not bad. Again, like I know that it's a brilliant university, but I just feel like it didn't fit me because I know it's quite remote and things like that. It's not what I wanted. It's so low down on my list to the point where I didn't even consider going. Like I didn't think they would give that to me, and I was like, do I do this? Do I take a year out of my life to like go somewhere that I didn't really want to go to? And obviously it's like a big step, it's like in another country, so I was like, what the hell do I do? I remember I called up my parents and they were like, it's the ball is in your court, like you do what you want to do, we'll support you either way. And then the more I thought of it, the more I was like, do you know what, no, I don't see myself in Wyoming, and like that's just not what I wanted to get from the experience. So I declined it. Oh, and also I spoke to this girl who went last year, and she told me like how it's really cold, and one thing about me is I hate the cold. Like, I hate it with a passion, and I think she was trying to convince me that it's a good thing. So she was saying stuff like, yeah, I had to get like proper snow boots and things like that, so make sure you bring some. And I was like, that has put me off so much more. Like, I have to bring snow boots. I don't want to be there. Like, I don't like the snow, even if it's like an amazing place with beautiful people. Like, I don't like snow. Even in this country, I hate it. Like, I don't like the heat either, so I want to be somewhere like in the middle. Like here, like now it's sunny, it's warm, but if you step outside it's cold, but it's not like so cold, but it's not like whacking you in the face with the heat either. I got this North Face thingy tracksuit top BBL jacket for free because it's from a brand called Messina Hembry. They sent it to me in PR, which is amazing of them, and they have like other really cool luxury like vintage secondhand clothes, so I'll link them below if you want to check them out. They also gave me like a bunch of really, pardon me, cool other things, so you can just go and check them out if you want to. Anyway, I keep losing track. My story is so long. There's a huge tractor coming down this road. I don't like tractors. Like, I actually don't. I'd love to operate a tractor, but look, it's gonna go past. Okay, anyway, what the hell was I saying? Yeah, so I didn't want to go to Wyoming, so I declined it, and I was like, oh well, it's not gonna be. And I was like, I wasn't sad about it, but like I was a bit bummed because I just genuinely like almost like I envisioned getting FIU, and when I didn't get accepted into FIU, I was like, oh okay. Anyway, I'm sweating a lot. That didn't work out, so that was that. I literally just sat on it for a few months thinking, well, not gonna be, I'm not going abroad then, I guess that's what it is. And I started to like think about moving into my third and final year. The thought of that was disgusting. I don't want to think about moving into my third year, but it was just, you know, it was just life. I had to move on, and I was like, that's okay, because what I started to do was to look at like summer options and like what I could do in summer, even if it was like abroad or whatever. Like, I wanted to like broaden my horizons in other ways. So then I got an email randomly from my study abroad team, and they were like, well, if you don't want to go Wyoming, do you want to consider San Francisco, because there's still a place left at SFSU? And straight away, like, I didn't even reject the idea, I didn't accept it either, but I was confused. I was like, what the hell do I do now? Because I'm in the middle of signing a contract for somewhere to live for next year. I'm literally like, I reconsidered the whole direction of my life, and now you're like, wait, but you can't go abroad again. Like, oh, I'm sorry? I need to get my back a rest. Okay, I'm ready. So that was that. I remember I called my mom and I was like, what the hell do I do? And I spoke to the people that I was going to be living with for third year, and I was like, listen, like, I might drop a bombshell, but there's a chance I could be going abroad next year and I might not even live with you guys, so you might want to consider like other people who could potentially take my spot. And I was a bit bummed because I was like, what the hell now? Because if I end up not going abroad, then I will have nowhere to live for next year. I mean, that's so dramatic. I will have somewhere to live, but like, I won't be living with the people I wanted to live with. So I remember for the longest time I was in two minds. I was like, go, don't go, go, don't go, go, don't go. Like, my mind was doing the most. It was doing the most. And I was like, what do I do though? Like, what do I actually do? I want to go, but there's so much to consider, and there's so much I haven't considered, and there's so much to consider, and there's so much going on in my head right now. And then the next day, or like not the next day, but like a couple of days later on the next day, I woke up and I was like, I think I'm just gonna go. I'm just screw it. And I started to like think of all the things that I spoke about at the beginning of the video, and I was like, you know what, like, I'm not gonna get this chance again in my life ever again. So just go Anisa, like, why would you not? And then I was like, yeah, that's true. So I went in the next day and I spoke to like the study abroad team, and obviously like they would want me to go, and then they're like, yeah, go. Then I like officially called up all my family and I told them that I was going, and that happened. That's when it felt real. Like, that's when I was like, crap, like, me saying it from my mouth, me announcing it to everyone, it feels real. Drink break. So that's when it started to feel real. Like, when I started to tell family members, I was like, it's not a false alarm anymore. Like, I'm actually going. I think they kind of like, some of my aunties kind of like expected it a little bit. Like, they thought, because they saw how much I really wanted to go, and they kind of saw it coming. Still hasn't hit me. A lot of people are like, oh, are you scared? How do you feel? And I still, to this day, and until I go, I'm sure, I feel really, really excited. Like, I cannot wait. Like, I'm so excited. but I don't really feel anything else. I don't know, like, if maybe like closer to the time I feel sad. And I think because like now at this stage of it, it's just so boring, like having to do all the visa application stuff, the uni application stuff, all of the like the boring bit, that I'm just waiting for that to be over, and I'm waiting for summer, and I'm waiting to go and get my ass to California. So that's my move out story, and that's why I think that all of you should live in your 20s and make the most of it, because you're never going to be 20 again, or 21 again, or 22 again, or 23 again, or 24 again. And if you had your birthday today, then you have 365 days to be the age you are, and if not, then you have less than that, which is scary. So go and make the most of it. Like, go and do something stupid crazy. Do it. Whatever it is that you were thinking, whatever's on your bucket list, do it. And the things that like you would think are hurdles, like financial hurdles or whatever, there's always a way. I know I'm saying that like extremely ignorantly. That was very ignorant. But I feel like there can be ways. For example, I'm going to be working my ass off in summer and working my ass off when I get there to be able to afford it, because obviously it's expensive. But something I want to do as well. And I know that if I didn't go, I would have so much savings. But at the same time, like, money or experiences? Oh golly gosh, I am melting. So that's my move out story for you guys, and that's a little story for you guys as well, with a lesson behind it, a very important lesson indeed. It scares me when cars just go past my vision, which is to step out of your comfort zone, okay? And do whatever that scares you, because where did I hear this? If you want to do something and it doesn't scare you, then you're not doing it right. I think that was the quote. Where the heck did I hear it? But that's a good quote, which makes me think maybe I like should be scared. But yeah, like that was my move out video and like a lesson for you guys. I think I'm gonna head inside now. I see you in my next video.